it's Kirstie from Adeline Country Cottage, and I am back again today to do another tutorial. This is part 2 of making Christmas Victorian decorations. I think they've turned out really cute, and I think you should give it a go. So what we'll do, we'll start off with the star, and what you're going to need to print out the image that you would like. I've just fussy cut around and cut it out and got rid of everything that I didn't want in the image. And what we'll do with that is we will age that up. And of course, once again, like in my previous video, just running the ink pad around the edges. Now this one is Craft bark. You can see that. Yeah, it's bark, and it's a nice deep brown, which is what I like. And just give that a bit of a rub around the edges, and then we'll move into the gold. Now the gold, let me see, no, it doesn't have the name on this one, because as I mentioned in my last video, this is a disintegrated pad, and I've had this for many years, but it's still got a lot of ink on it, so I will still use that until basically it's ran out and completely dry. And so we just give that a bit of a rub around the edges. And we'll go around the edges with the black. Now, this one is not a Craft, as you can see. It's a Whisper permanent waterproof. So we just go around the edges, just aging that up. Give it a bit of a rub. So we need to cut out, excuse the arm, 2 discs, again with the hole punch. Yep. And so we've got 2 of those. And then of course we're going to need the star. Now I've pre-glittered these. Now these stars, you can actually purchase them in a craft shop, already cut out, already got the holes in them. I had all these hanging from my ceiling at Christmas time. So we need one of those all glittered. And then of course we're going to need music paper, and basically that whole length that you're going to need is 1 fold of music paper. And I'll just measure that. So that is 40, it's about 47 centimeters, that fold. And then I'll just Constantine that. I can't even speak today. So if you fold it in and out, until you get that fan effect. Now that star, just to let you know, let's move that one out of the way. Yeah, let's go this way. So that's about 14 and a half centimeters from point to point. Yeah. So we would need that. So with the concertina part, we're going to form this into a circle shape. It's going to flick out, but we can push that down afterwards to create, once we've glued and stuck that disc down. So I'll get out my glue stick, and we're just going to add, if I laid this down so that the glue would come out faster, but you know what, it's still not working. Just give me a second. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go. We want that glue to come out. No, it's still not coming. You know, and this is half full, but for some reason it's just not coming out properly today. So we'll add the glue on here. And we will swing that around and push those, push those two together, like so. Now, just give it a bit of a pinch. Now, I generally just grab a little something just to pop on top, so we can get the disc. And rub a bit of glue on there. If it's going to come out, squeeze. Okay, right. Then we're just going to pop that on to hold it all as you're pushing it all together, and just hold it down a sec. Look, you might need to add an extra glue in there to hold it a bit more in areas where it hasn't touched. So let's see. Okay, no, it's held. It's held. So we're going to turn that over, and we're going to add the other disc. And I might just add a little bit more glue to this one, just to give it a bit more secure. Okay. And we just pop that down. Now, because you can see where the join is, and it's sort of gone a little bit flat there, I might use this for the back. Okay, so squish that down a bit together. Yeah, okay, so we will bring in the star, we'll add some more glue, give it a big squeeze now. We'll glue onto that one. Now you can add more glue if you like to you know, depending on how secure you want it. I'm just doing, for the sake of the video, a bit of a quick one. Center that up, and we push that down onto the star, making sure obviously you've got the hole pointing to the top, so that way you can see that is going to be how it would hang. Okay, so I think that's secure enough. Yes. And then on the top we just add some more glue. And then we line up the cherub image. Okay, so that's pretty simple, isn't it? So that's with that one, and we're just going to finish that off. I've just got some silver thread, machine thread, and we're just going to cut and of course tighten a knot and attach it to. Sometimes I find this really fiddly when I'm trying to rush the thread. It tends to not work out properly. Okay, we just add that through, and attach. Okay, finger's not working, and there we have it, our beautiful little quick Victorian star. Now we have two. Okay. I also would like to add that if anybody would like to, if they don't want to make them themselves, if you would like me to custom make some for you, just drop me an email on the website, and you know, I'll be happy to make some for you. And of course I do send them anywhere in the world. Okay, so let's go move on to the angel. Now with the angel, we start off. So this was once a doily. I cut them all up, and then I used a fabric stiffener, which, you know, virtually stand it up. Well, not stand it up literally, but you know, it's quite firm. So we start off with one of those, and we're going to need some Dresden angel wings. Also another, this is a cake decorating, what do you call this, trimming, I guess, that you wrap around the cake. It comes in a massive to do big massive Christmas cakes. Let me just show you how they come like. Now, bear in mind, I've actually taken off one of the strips, so there's only 3 attached to this one. So that's what it looks like. It's quite long. Okay, so that was originally 4, so it wraps right the way around your cake. So we need some of those. We need some muslin. We need sari silk strips. And of course, we also need the image. Okay, so let's begin. We will first, you need to fussy cut around and take off the wings. Now you can leave the top part on, but I think it looks nicer because of the fact that you're going to add some gold wings to it. So that's why we're cutting that off. So there we go with that. And we will age that up, just running the ink around like so. Now it's got a square bottom. You won't be able to see that, so that's fine. Okay, give that a bit of a rub, bring some of that brown in, and of course we're going to need the gold ink. Just give it a bit of a rub here, there, wherever you would like it, and we just give a bit of a rub again. That image, I might actually go back around with a bit more of that bark ink. Just found that a little bit too much of that gold come on there that time. A bit more of a rub. Run that black around. Bit more of a rub there. Okay, so we've got the Dresden wings. We want to cut these pieces off. Now, I actually keep these in case I want to use them in something else. You know, waste not, want not. So I'll keep those pieces. Now, with the wings, I'm actually going to keep those. I don't know what I was going to say there. I've lost my train of thought. What I was trying to say is the gold is a little bit too out there for me. So I like to get in there and add more ink to it, rub it up, and sort of bring that down a bit so it's not so shiny. Now this, I use my fingers because, as I said, it's disintegrating and it's falling apart, but I'm sure with you might have a way that, or some type of ink that can actually distress it a little bit more. Okay. And the beauty with Dresden, it always goes back into shape if you bent it like you just saw me do. Okay, just add a bit more of, it seems like I'm wiping it off, but it's not. It's actually going down into the grooves, and the more that you rub, it's like it actually patinas it. Okay, so that is, so if I can show you another, oh, well, actually I'll show it to you with this gold. See how the gold is slightly a bit more yellowy? Okay, so moving along. So we've got our wings. We've got our, what's that thing called? Doily? Oh my God, I can't speak today. We've got our angel. Now, for our muslin, we want to cut that. Let's measure that down a bit. And I think I've added 2, so I generally just bend it up like this and fold it in half and just roughly cut it. So that will end up coming in like that, like so. Okay, so before I do, I generally lay the muslin in the areas that I want them so that I kind of see if they're the right length. Yeah, okay. Let's put that out the way. Okay, so gluing. Just pop a bit of glue here, there, up here. Just anywhere where it can actually grip onto the image, and a little bit down here. And as I said, this particular glue, craft glue, is brilliant for all, you know, surfaces. So whether it's wood, leather, fabric, and we're just going to pop that about there. And guess what? You didn't tell me. I forgot to put the wings down first. Put the wings on her. Okay, let's add a bit more glue to that. Sorry, I'm just trying to do it a little bit faster so that way my videos don't end up being too long to watch. Okay, let's now put that back down. Okay, there we go. Now we need the muslin. Okay, just add a bit of glue here. And then I just sort of gather like this and just pop that down. Because you won't see all that gathering once you put the actual little gold strips on. We will add a dollop of glue here, one here, and one here. We put the sari silk. Oh, there. And here. And we're almost complete now. So what have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, so we go 2, 4, 6, 8. And we cut that off. And then in between, what I do is just cut each little tassel between so that I can slightly give it a bend. And I don't patina this one, I just leave this one as is. And then through here, I just give it a light, gentle twist up so it sort of forms like almost like a half a moon shape, so that way it's easy to stick down. Okay, so we add some more glue to the top. And I just add a little bit on each one of these, whatever's on the top of the lid, very lightly. And then I just pop that down on top, like so. Giving a little bit of a twist as we go. It doesn't matter if there's a bit of fabric that sticks out of the top. Okay, and that's pretty much how you do that. Now, the only thing that I add on here is that, you see here, I've added a little bit of glitter, which is the little charm here. So we begin first, we add that mica just on the top. Not sure if you're going to be able to see, if you can see that little shimmering part on there. I'll just add a little bit more. Okay, get the glue pen, and I just do a couple of lines here, like so. And I think I want to use this patina one today. Just add a little bit, give it a bit of a shake, and it will stick a little bit to the wings because of the ink. It's slightly damp still, but you just sort of give it a bit of a wipe off and see how we've added that glitter on there. Okay, then we're going to need some of this wire. I'll just gently cut a little piece off. Oh, it's not working today. Okay, there we go. Now, I like to give it a little bit more of a curlingness to it, so I just basically wrap it around a skewer and pull it off, and then see how it's got that curl. Just give it a bit of a stretch, pop that through, and I'll pop that one through the other side. And then give it a bit of a twist. And from the front, I'll just pull it back up, and there we have it. We have two little angels. Let's move that glitter out of the way. We have two angels. See, very simple, very easy, and turns out really beautiful. And so I hope you enjoyed watching and how to make these. I hope you make some. Make sure you, if you do make them, hashtag Adeline Country Cottage or Adeline CC so that I can see your creations. That would be fantastic to see what you've all come up with. For my next video, I will be making these ones. This one here and this one here, which is another two little simple, easy to make decorations. I think this one's turned out quite adorable and quite lovely. So, and I've also got something exciting. I'm going to do a giveaway, so I'm hoping to try and put that in with these particular decorations when I do part 3. If I don't, it will be the one either before this part 3 or it'll be the one after, because I got a couple of journals that I want to do a flip through as well, some more Christmas journals. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed just yet, make sure you do. Just hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you get a notification of my next installment. And yeah, so let's stay tuned for that particular video of the giveaway. Very exciting. I'm excited as well. So again, thanks for watching, and if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you sort of pop over to my channel and watch part 1, and I'll see you in my next video. All right then, ciao for now.